Hello and welcome to Open Mic UK Artist Development Tutorials. My name is Chantal Elizabeth and today we're going to be looking at breath control for singing. I'm going to give you 11 breathing exercises and tips for singers. Now, you may have heard of diaphragmatic breathing before, you may not, and we're going to cover all aspects of it today so that you go away feeling like you know something different. This will give you advantages all over your singing career and allow you to develop your voice, whether you want to hit really high notes or you want to sing really fast. This is the foundation of all other singing exercises. Developing good breath control, the ability to take a very deep breath very quickly, will give you power for high notes, the ability to sing lots of words in one breath, improve your vocal range and the quality of your tone, and your ability to control notes. We're looking at breath control from the diaphragm today, but there are lots of different exercises for singing to develop your range and your ability. A tip is to look for a vocal coach who has their own YouTube channel with lots of videos and subscribers. Find one that really suits what you want to achieve. Okay, so let's have a look at some breath control exercise instructions and particularly how to warm up. This is something that you might use pre-gig, pre-vocal exercises, or just to calm you down in any other scenario. It's also good to practice these exercises every day to develop your ability to just take deep breaths without thinking about it. Tip number 1 is to loosen up and relax your muscles. Start by giving your face and neck a good stretch. If you've got a vocal teacher, they will give you all sorts of advice about this. If you look at some YouTube videos, there'll be lots of different methods to relax before you start doing exercises. A really simple way to really stretch all the muscles and things that you're going to use to sing with is just yawning, is getting out a really big, strong yawn. In order to relax all the muscles of your body, a really quick and easy way to do it is to let yourself get very tense and squeeze every single muscle of your body. From the top to the bottom, you can work down and squeeze everything really tight, hold it and then release. And that offers you an instant moment of relaxation, which means we can move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2, breathe from your diaphragm. Place your hand on your stomach, take in a deep breath, fill your lungs, really feel yourself fill up with air. And let that breath out slowly. A really good method from a yogic technique is to imagine a ribbon of air coming out and just let all that air out really, really slowly. This is a great breath control technique and will develop your lung capacity quickly. Breathing from your diaphragm is the best way for you to be breathing as a singer. It will allow you to hit high notes and hold them. You'll have confidence in your breath. You won't feel like you're getting to the end of a breath before you've finished a phrase, and you'll be able to plan your breathing really well within a song structure. Those higher notes require much more breath, and the diaphragmatic breathing is the way to do it. Another good way to practice this breathing is to breathe in for the count of 5 and breathe out for the count of 5. And as you get better at this, you'll be able to breathe in for longer and breathe out for longer. This type of breathing should start much lower down your body and you should feel a little bit like bellows. If your chest is rising, then you're doing it wrong. Tip number 3 is remember to keep your shoulders down. Then you're really breathing from your belly. If your shoulders rise when you're taking a breath, it indicates that you're breathing quite shallowly, and this means that you will strain to reach those high notes as you force air through your vocal cords to make sound. Tip number 4 is remember to breathe deeply. You may never have taken a breath like this before, so really feel what it's like, because you need to be able to do this automatically on stage whilst you're performing. A huge deep breath that allows you to speak, rap, sing for as long as you need to in that phrase. Your lung capacity should improve the more you practice this technique. And like I said before, you can practice it in lots of different scenarios. I'm a swimmer and I use this technique a lot. Huge breath at the end of the pool and swim all the way under the water. That is good lung capacity. Tip number 5 is to breathe out slowly. I've already discussed the ribbon breath, where you imagine a long ribbon of breath just coming out of you, out of you, out of you. It's a beautiful thing after such a deep inhalation to feel that control, that tiny thread of breath coming out of you. This will really develop the control that you need as a singer. Tip number 6 is to stay hydrated. Make sure you drink plenty of water. There are also lots of juices that are really good for pre-practice or pre-gigs, particularly pineapple juice and cranberry juice. Stay away from coffee. Do not drink coffee before a gig or before a recording session, no matter how tired you are. Your voice will be dry and feel gacky, and there's nothing worse than compressing a vocal that has mouth gack. Avoid cold water. Drink warm water, perhaps with a little apple juice in it, if you need to hydrate before a gig. Cold water will make your larynx more tense. Tip number 7 is to warm up your vocal cords. Again, refer to YouTube videos or a vocal teacher to get some powerful exercises for developing and expanding your vocal range. Remember that developing and expanding your range is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and if you push it too hard you can do a lot of damage, so take this really slowly. Tip number 8 is to try breathing when you're lying down. This new breathing, this deep breath control that you've been learning, can feel more profound when you lie down. You can really feel your chest and your back filling up with air. Tip number 9 is to practice doing shorter breathing exercises, which is great for rappers and people who want to sing faster. Once you've got your head around this breathing technique, practice being able to do it really quickly. Try practicing doing short laughs in between. Ha! Ha! Tip number 10 will come as no surprise to any musician mastering their craft. Slow down. Practice singing your songs slowly, to a metronome, which will be great for working on your timing. In order to practice slowly, you have to be more accurate, and it's actually really difficult to stay in time with a very slow beat. Practicing singing slower will develop your control and your vocal tone. You can really hear what you're singing, and you can work on the nuances of each word. Whilst practicing this slow singing, it's good to imagine your body as a tube of toothpaste slowly being squeezed of all its air until your breath is finished. Tip number 11 is to get physical exercise and use breathing techniques whilst doing so. Now that you're getting serious about your singing, your musical career, you should be taking care of your body in many different ways. You will have different things that you enjoy doing, and you can bring this new activity into activities that you already do. Running is a great example, and lots of artists use running to increase their stamina, especially those that dance on stage. If that's something that you intend to do, you need to be fit. You need to be really fit to sing and dance at the same time. We have several PDF resources available on our blog of this topic. You can download vocal exercises, breathing control exercises, and more. We must take care of our voice, and all these exercises are meant to be done bit by bit so that you can develop your vocal capacity slowly but surely and enjoy seeing what it can do. Breath control for rappers and MCs is very different, but requires the same type of deep breathing. Deep breathing exercises can be just as beneficial if you are rapping fast as to whether you're singing high. Being confident that you've got enough breath in your body means that you can really push the boundaries of what you're doing. Like all exercise, a few times a week means you'll still reap the benefits, so don't think that just because you do it a couple of times you won't benefit. Missing a note on stage is not a nice thing for anyone, and if you've just done a recording where everything's perfect and you miss that note, there's nothing worse. Practice these techniques and develop really good breath control, and incorporate that with some strong exercises and vocal coaching, and really see your voice take off. So that brings us to the end of our video today. Thanks for staying with us. My name's Chantel and we are at openmicuk.co.uk. If you want more artist development tutorials, look online and follow our blog. If you want further reading on this article today, check out openmicuk.co.uk/advice/breath control exercises. Take care for now. Bye.